Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Guest of Sharjah. And of course, another special episode from the event itself and from Sharjah's International Book Fair in its 42nd edition. Of course, Sharjah's International Book Fair, where civilization, where culture, where education, where technology, many topics to cover in this book fair. And of course, this edition, the 42nd edition, is the headline of this edition is We Speak Books. We speak books and we love books. Of course, another successful edition of this book fair from the support, of course, the support of our loving Father, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, member of the Supreme Council and the ruler of Sharjah. He shows his investment, he shows his unlimited support into books and into this book fair especially. And as when I say Sharjah's book fair, and I mean many participants, many attendees from all over the world, and we have a special participant that we would love to interview today, Miss Silvia Vasena from Milano Publishing. She's from Milano Publishing.
Correct, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
We are very glad to have you. And how do you see Sharjah?
Well, I see it as a thriving place.
Yeah.
Every time I come, I discover something new.
Yes.
And especially the book fair, but usually you know the pattern. I travel to a sort of 12, 14 book fairs a year.
Yes.
But here there is an exchange of energies by the public, the publisher, the author, which is majestic, fantastic. And especially there is always a strong concept for each book fair, which is not so usual. Mm-hmm. It's a strong concept which is not stupid or maybe banal, as it happens unfortunately in many book fairs, but really something which gets into the publishing industry, the publishing books and culture. Amazing,
amazing. And as I heard, you participate in many book fairs all over the year. And you told me, I guess, before that it's your 7th participation in Sharjah's book fair.
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Amazing, amazing. So you're not a guest anymore. It's now it's a home to you. Sharjah became a home to you and a place that you come to every year.
Yeah, in a certain sense, it's a place that I count on.
Yes.
I know that I will be meeting because also of thanks to this intuition that Bodur Al Qasimi had some years ago, to provide the Sharjah Book Fair with 3 days just before the opening dedicated to an international publisher meeting Arab publisher and making a matchmaking which is absolutely changing in time, developing, because things that stop, they just are a decadence. Mm-hmm. This is something always new, and this year we had 600 publishers from the world and from the Arabic countries, matchmaking, but even with a very strong professional program, which become every year more useful.
Exactly. That's amazing. And as you said, like maybe being in every edition of the year, how do you see that? Is it evolving? Is it developing from every year to year? Does this book fair has its own touch and a different idea every year?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And for also I believe that a very strong we speak books.
Yes.
We speak books. What are we talking about? What does it mean? No.
Yes.
But really, the words, the word which is in the human evolution, really the concept that is building our humanity and our civilization from the very beginning, as His Highness Qasimi said yesterday at the opening ceremony. So this word which creates the world, which start over, how can we attach, how can be gained by us, how can be gained by a 14 years old who is in Sharjah, want to study engineering, he like Cambridge. So everybody, how can we attain towards through books?
Yes.
Books are really like a hub, a comfortable hub, which doesn't get away soon has got a free dimension. You can take it into your womb. Physically, you can keep it. You can feel the paper. We publisher have to put a lot of efforts in finding good paper, good color, the correct color and paper and format and size, because each book is a story, is a landscape, of course. And so the idea that the world which created a human being and civilization at the very beginning to let us know our origins as human,
Yeah.
and to be also a base of dialogue, needs to be formed into books, to be written. And that's why the beauty of that.
So, from what you said, I think you believe more into paper books than online books, right? From describing the paper and from describing the details of the book. Of course, I guess you are more into traditional books, of
Yeah.
course, being a publisher.
No, of course. I don't want to, I love a lot technologies, and everybody of us, we need that.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important that we develop the best technology ever to communicate among all of us, of course.
Yes.
So I'm not against at all artificial intelligence, e-book, everything is fine.
Exactly.
Still, but it is a problem, I believe, of love.
Love.
Love. If you, if I'm traveling away,
Okay.
and you are a student, you are studying in England, and you see your mother, you call your mother with your mobile, or you see your mother by Zoom, Skype, that's fantastic.
Exactly.
If you have a girlfriend, wow.
So the
But
technology
what-
gave us many ease
Yeah,
and
but-
many things.
But what is the difference between looking at your girlfriend on a TV screen and meeting your girlfriend? It's a total different world.
Even like when it comes to family, if they have a student away or they have someone away, they can see him, they can talk to him, comparing to before.
And this is fantastic, but the difference between hugging your mother, seeing your brother, your father, physically, three-dimensional,
Of course.
hugging him, is something, a total experience
Totally
of
different.
perfume, senses, skin, eye. So you feel so fully immersed in the other.
Of course.
So that's why I feel about book, audiobook, digital books, or just iPad. So the difference is a problem of love. You can use whatever you want, it's fine. Read, use all your devices.
Yes.
Still remember that the real love is love.
All
So
right.
the real book, which will give you sensation and physical and intellectual and spiritual feelings, which no means can give you.
Of course. To be honest, I loved your example. The example of speaking with your family in a meeting, like in an online or in your phone, and seeing your family. Of course, it's totally different, no matter
Absolutely,
what.
absolutely.
You will see them and you will talk to them, but it's never like seeing in person.
Absolutely, no,
Of course,
no.
that's amazing. Of course, that's the opinion of many people. To be honest, like they always say the traditional books will always be different, will always have its own touch. So, of course, thank you for this amazing example. And also, Miss Sylvia, the Sharjah's book fair is an opportunity not only like even for readers, for authors, for publishers to meet each other, to meet people from all over the world, exchange experiences, exchange thoughts. So if you can even tell us more about your participation this year and what were you doing?
Okay, so our main aim as a company in this book fair is to reach out all of the institution, publisher, so everyone who needs to make or love to make some networking with the world. This is a fantastic hub already for like a comfort place, as you said, for authors, young people, reader, publisher, everyone really to matchmaking.
Yeah.
Matchmaking, meeting each other, having new ideas, going out with something, maybe just one word, just a little book, but something that make your life different. And that is the same for us when we have to make business. To make networking, I've got a consulting operation, which is an international consulting operation helping publisher or institution or book fair to get together, to create project, cultural project or project aiming and to boost the business, or a publisher from Malaysia who want to go to the States, from Mexico who want to enter the Korean market, for instance. So we are quite global as consulting. And also, I also founded, this is Silvia Vassena Milano Consulting.
Uh-huh.
Then I founded also a little company because I need to publish books, as I did in my previous life when I was working for 26 years in an academic publisher in Milano. And so I decided to present for the first time the first book which I choose very specifically.
Yeah.
I choose it very specifically, and it is a book that it is thanks to Sharjah.
Yeah.
Thanks to Sharjah Book Fair. 3
Uh-huh.
years ago, if I can I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you just in 2 words. 3 years ago, I was packing to go to the airport, and I met in the middle of the night in Novotel a young girl staring at the sky. I thought that she had some problems maybe, but she was just happy to see a different sky. She was Bara Al-War from Gaza. She was a fantastic illustrator, and it was the first time for her to see another sky. She showed me books, and then when we got to this book, which is called The Scent of Mama, I told her, listen, you are an artist, you are so profound. This will be my first book for my first company.
No.
And this is what's happening now.
Nice.
Also the author, she's Sarah Najaf. She also founded the publishing houses here in Dubai, Kiwi Books.
Okay.
And so she published the Arabic edition. I've got the international edition, so I'm going to come out with Italian and so many languages because I found a lot of interest.
Nice. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, you have encountered many amazing authors and many amazing books.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
choosing the books to publish, you have some certain rule or certain things, requirements you look for before choosing a book.
If I have to buy a book for me, or if I have to buy a book for publishing.
For publishing, and we would love to hear for you also. But for publishing, there are certain requirements you do or things you look for in a book before publishing it.
Yeah, of course. So books, of course, when they are presented, the person that is the writer, the publisher, an agent, whoever he is, he should really be very clear about the plot, about who is the author, and why the book should exist.
Okay.
Should exist
Why
maybe
the
in
book
different-
should exist.
in different languages.
Yeah.
So even if you are a writer, I know that many of us have got, I believe, all the population, everybody has got a creative, we come from God. God created us, and He gave us the power of life,
Yes.
so we can have kids. Not everybody of us has kids, of course, but the power of creation is inside us. I would say 100%, if I don't want to look too religious, too strange. 100% of God, we are a son of God, so we have the creativity at the maximum. So it means that our life is aimed at find the talent that it was given to us,
Yes.
which can be only if you are a disabled child and you spend your life on bed. Maybe your ability is just to smile. Smile to your mama so that you make the world different. The problem is to find your talent.
Yes.
And in this way, I know that many people love to write. They have to remember that on one side, loving to write is very beautiful,
Okay.
and you can have a diary for yourself. Think of yourself.
Yeah.
Think of what you want to read about you in 20 years, etc. That's the most important things.
Yes.
So the art of writing is something that you start on yourself and you go on, because that's already a big value for you, your family, and if you are a kid, maybe for your generation, who
Of
knows.
course.
That is something. Still, if you are a writer, there is some sort of gift of God, and this is something that has to be detected. That's why there are some schools, there are people, professor if you are a child, or a publisher. You have to trust someone who is in the publishing world and ask, how do you judge what I wrote, etc.
Mhm.
So it's very important that you must be humble. a good writer is very, very humble.
Humble person.
Yes, that's the most important things.
Yeah.
Not to be shy. I don't say not to be weak. That's stupid.
Not to be shy, you mean by expressing your thoughts?
Absolutely.
into the books?
No. You must. You must. And if you feel that it's not just a personal diary that you want to keep under the bed or somewhere else or in your computer, but if you want really to say something and you feel that everybody should know that because
Yeah.
you had a strong experience or something, then write. But you must be humble because you have to learn how to write. That is a technique that probably very, very few writers they have from the very beginning. Feel that is your gift, that
Okay.
you cannot survive without writing.
Yes.
And then ask someone you trust, which can be your family, your professor, someone who is not scared to tell you, wow, that's so horrible, I don't understand anything. So be humble, ask whoever you want, you trust, etc.
Nice. That's amazing. So that are some of the maybe the most important characteristics that should exist in a writer. And I heard you say that everyone could be a writer. Everyone maybe have the art of writing in them. There doesn't have to be some famous authors and writers. Everyone could know the art of writing by maybe writing their diary, for example.
Correct.
Yeah.
Writing his poems, because the poems describe so much that inner spiritual feeling that everybody of us and we don't cultivate. So I would say that yes, everybody can write. Yes, everybody can write. Everybody should write. And so I would say to, I don't know if who is watching us,
Yeah.
but I would say that please write letters.
Uh-huh.
Don't go to the computer, you take a nice piece of paper, because this is something like in New York, there are some community which are back to writing by hand with beautiful papers. Also in Italy, you have some places in the world where young people start to write letters. Write letters to your mother, to your best friends, to your professor. Writing, you must say something. You have a space. There is just one and the second page. It's just one letter. Start to write letters.
Okay.
And then helps you to describe yourself if you don't want to make a diary, etc. And then you will communicate something.
Yes.
And that
yes.
it could be also even a good example maybe of a
course.
nice beginning.
All right. I hope everyone who has maybe this passion could really start and could really start to write and could really express their thoughts. As you said, they should always have the courage and have and they should not be shy of their thoughts and express it. And then they will have something.
Yes, because
they'll have a good book.
Because I don't want to touch politics, of course, in this context, because every one of us feels so much pain for everything is happening in the world. But for instance, the biggest problem that traveling I see nowadays, and I'm not talking only about Gaza, I'm talking about Armenia and many places in the world where horrible things are happening. The problem of fake news, etc., comes to the very first problem that you have and I have. So the inability to understand what you feel,
Okay.
the empathy, the inability to be empathic.
Okay.
And to be empathic is a gift of God again.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the real point of human being. Why a mother see the child and the child cannot speak, just cry, and she understands everything. She understands if it was a problem of feeding, or he has a problem on a tooth, headache, or tummy. Why? Because she gets inside.
She feels.
She feels because she's got empathy.
Okay.
So writing helps you to be empathic, because you have to write to yourself. If you use the handwriting, that is something so useful that it changes your life. You become empathic to what you're seeing, you yourself looking at you. And then also that the awareness, that's why be humble. If you write a letter and mama say, oh dear, what did you write? Come on.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
You have the awareness who judge you. and you get in touch, and she
Okay.
feels what you're doing.
Okay.
So
So we
empathy
encourage.
nowadays is so important, and writing books, writing maybe even handwriting, I would
Yes.
say, is make you more empathetic about the pain and the joy of the others, so that you can become a good writer and you can communicate. Otherwise, what do you communicate? You communicate your instinct, your animal basic instinct. Wow, I'm tired. Woo, wow, beautiful.
Mm,
So, come on.
of course, of course. And thank you so much for these advices. And I hope really everyone writes. There's no need, maybe, if they don't want to write a book, at least they can write their thoughts, they can write their ideas, they can just write, as we said.
Yeah.
Of
And
course.
Mr. Abdullah, just let me show just a very quick look what we
Yes.
are doing. So this is the girl from Gaza.
Okay,
Her name is Bara Alwar.
okay,
That she made this wonderful work
Okay.
on again the senses, so the scent of mama. This is the author who published the Arabic edition,
Okay.
and it is a wonderful book.
Nice.
And this book exists because of Sharjah.
because of
So, and all the edition that we are going to make in every language, it will be thanks to Sharjah.
Of course, of course. Thanks to you for sharing this, and then of course thanks to Sharjah again
Yeah,
for all these
absolutely.
opportunities given in this book fair. Thank you so much for being here and for the advices, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you to you. It was wonderful to meet you.
Thank you, Mr.
Arrivederci.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we have reached to the end of our episode. Many thanks to our guest, Ms. Sylvia from Italy, for being here and sharing her amazing thoughts and participation. We will meet you again, ladies and gentlemen, in another episode in, of course, Sharjah's International Book Fair. I hope you enjoyed our episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.